So the insights page is where the content that we publish is accessible from. So this is the link that you need to click. So on click of this link, the layout, you will see a three-column layout. The left-hand side gives you a quick sense of what the upcoming data releases is likely to be. So they cover economy as well as some of the key sectors, from mutual funds to insurance to banking and so on. The right-hand side pane gives you a quick rundown of what the key data releases have been, and sort of a short commentary on those releases. So the left hand side gives you a sense of what is likely to come, and the right hand side gives you a sense of what has just happened in terms of data flow. And the bigger central section is where the blogs or the reports that we publish reside. So the three types of content that we publish. The first is data bites, which is a very short data-driven sort of commentary, more sort of a descriptive rather than analytical. So this, for example, on housing prices was published a few days back. So the format is sort of there'll be one or two charts and then a sort of a 4 5 bullet point summary of what the data means and what its implications, potential implications could be. So short and sweet, sort of crisp commentary on some sort of relevant data flows. Then we have musings, which are slightly deeper, slightly analytical. They will also be data driven, but they'll be slightly more text, and they will be more trying to analyze what has happened, rather than be descriptive. And the third is sort of these reports. So this report, for example, fiscal matters, we published recently. So this is a quick take on what the trends in government finances are. We publish this report every month, both central and state government. So you can click here, and it sort of gives you a quick summary of what the report is, and the full report is in a PDF format, and you can download, click on download, and then the full report will get downloaded onto your drive, and you can see. So the format for our reports is also data driven, so there will be more visuals, more charts and tables, and less of commentary. So if you see this report, fiscal matters, for example, this is the summary page, which is sort of largely text. It summarizes what we are trying to say. But if you see the inside pages, this will largely be sort of driven by data or charts, and sort of very little of text. So this is a summary of what the central government trends are like. Then you can see YTD trends for the central government. Then you go to the states. So the states data typically tends to be an aggregate of 15, 16 sort of the large states, which is reasonably representative of what all the states in aggregate are likely to have seen. And then we will sort of go to some of the individual states, some of the larger individual states, and what the sort of the trends for them are. So this is reports, and you can go back and see some of our reports. So this is another report, for example, that we do monthly. We call it State of India, State of Economy, and sort of it's a roundup of all the key high frequency data. This is another data bites that we did recently on what's happening with EdTech, and sort of how we've seen a sharp jump in FDI in the last year and in the last 2 years, and sort of the new firms in EdTech has also seen a big revival. This is another report that we do, Startup Sync. It's a quarterly report. It sort of looks at where are new firms in India getting set up, which sectors, which states, and sort of what the trends in those in the startups, in a sense, have been. This is another data bites. We do a report on inflation. This is a musings piece. So this is slightly more analytical piece that we did on sort of where is inflation and how high can sort of interest rates go. So as you can see, this is slightly more text and slightly more analytical than the data bytes that we do. So this is, in a sense, the insights page. The left-hand side gives you what is likely to come. The right-hand side is a summary of what data releases have been, and in the middle you see the blogs and the reports that we publish.